Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lucifer Within Us. I think that's the name of the game. So we have Gideon, we have Ruben, we have the timeline here, which we have questions about. So let's talk to Ruben again.
They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet.
Okay, so there was something I could ask you about. So the door was closed until this point. Why did you not close it after Mother Miriam entered? Because I knew Gideon was bringing the coronet soon. The ceremony had yet to begin anyway, so it was still safe to keep the chamber open. Okay, that makes sense. I agree with that.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
What were you working on? I was restoring a ceremonial spear for tonight's mass. It's a magnificent relic. I think Abbot Gregory will be pleased with the results. Okay, well, I can ask you about that. That's what I was working on during the ceremony. Father Augustine, a visiting scholar, asked me to help restore this relic. Evidence found Augustine. Quite proud of my work on it. It should be ready for tonight's mass. Okay, so now I know about a guy named Augustine. Let me ask you about some other things, though. Let's ask you about the body. This is a nightmare. I've always taken extra precaution so that things like this could never happen. And yet here we are. Mother Miriam would still be alive if Gideon was more careful. Let me ask you about the coronet. Are these the only pieces that were found in the chamber? I see the casing and the amplifier, but the limiter seems to be missing. How could that be? Control panel is used to modulate the ether output. Gideon always insists on performing the ceremony. You should ask him about it. I ask you about the ceremony. Consecration ceremony is an installation process to augment someone's public speaking abilities. The consecration chamber is sealed during the ceremony to prevent any disruption. Alright, let me ask you about the coronet blueprints. Mother Miriam's coronet was built according to these exact specifications. If Gideon performed the ceremony correctly, the coronet would have been safe to install. Alright, let's ask you about the door controls. For safety reasons, the button is the only way to open the consecration chamber's door. And let me ask you about the limiter I found, then. You found it on Gideon's desk? It's no wonder that the coronet exploded. The imbecile must have forgotten to replace it after adjusting the coronet's amplification. Despicable. Okay, so we can accuse him of some things.
They decided to perform the ceremony anyway.
So
I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet.
So we know this is confirmed, this is confirmed, this is not confirmed, this is not confirmed. Yeah, he didn't... Hold on. Let's go back. Let's talk to, let's leave you. So we should ask Gideon if he, if his brother tried to get him to stop the ceremony. Let's talk to him. So I could ask you about some things. I could ask you about yourself, maybe. Can I click on these to ask you about you? Younger brother, crafts the casing and ornaments. I am Gideon the Grand, the greatest cybernetician of our generation. Pride is a sin, Gideon. I merely speak the truth, sister. The one true God has gifted me with extraordinary vision and skill. If anything, it would be sinful for me to hide my talents with false modesty. Okay. Let me ask you about your brother. Ruben is my dullard brother. He's practically my assistant. Okay, let me ask you about who Augustine is. My brother idolizes the man. I don't understand it. Theories and histories? Pointless. Alright, let's see. So you
Mother
said...
Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident.
Hold on, but you haven't... Your brother said that you both met. And your brother said that you guys discussed the ceremony, but I don't see that happening in your thing. So, can I accuse you? That's not what I meant. I didn't mean to accuse.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant.
That's not what I meant to do. I forgot how to play the game already. Go back to Gideon.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony.
I want to contradict
I've
is what I want to
performed this
do,
many
but I
times
don't have that
before,
option.
So I was confident. To prepare for the ceremony. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification. We began by
Gideon claims that the ether output values are within safe ranges, but the control panel indicates otherwise. Let's present the control panel to him and unmask his lie. I didn't realize that that's... Okay, sure, that's what you want me to do. You lied, Gideon. The ceremony wasn't safe. The control panel's records show that the ether output values were in abnormally high ranges. Of course it was. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet as powerful as it could be. But I am Gideon the Grand. With my talents, I had it under control. I made no errors. Something else went wrong. I just don't know what. Gideon has amended his testimony. Let's examine and maintain control. Okay, let's watch what happened there. Good. The statement from Gideon's testimony is now verified. For two reasons. Which one? The one, specificity. It has a shorter time frame and describes a clearer set of events. 2, physicality. Gideon's testimony is now consistent with the records from the control panel. I can assume that any verified statement like this is true. Okay, so, but it doesn't say verified. Oh, you mean ceremony starts is verified, but maintain control is not verified. The ether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control. Well, let's watch it from here.
Then I rose up, opened my eyes, and approached the control panel. I was ready to begin.
Let's start over. Hold on. I saw that. Okay, you stopped your prayer, you got up, you went to the control panel.
The ether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control.
Then your brother came over and argued with you. And then she exploded.
Mother Miriam was killed. No! But it's impossible. I had everything under control.
Alright, let's ask you... Wasn't there some things I could ask you about? You heard the door open? Yeah. Can I ask you about ceremony starting, though?
Then I rose up, opened my eyes.
Did you hear or notice anything at this time? Come to think of it, I thought I heard something behind me. I don't remember exactly. My mind was focusing on the ceremony. Can I ask you, can I contradict you? Present another suspect's... Hold on, I want to go here, maybe.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony.
Contradict you.
I've performed this many
I would
times
like
before,
to
so I was
present
confident.
the fact that Reuben said he came to discuss with you. Lies unmasked. Lies. Gideon. Reuben tells me he was with you when Mother Miriam arrived. What? Come to think of it, yes, he was standing there, scowling as usual. He was not just standing there, he tried to stop you. Mother Miriam wanted her coronet to be extraordinary, so you convinced her to increase its aether output. Reuben warned you about the danger, but you insisted to Mother Miriam that the ceremony was safe. I love my brother, but Reuben can be a sniveling coward. He's exaggerating the risk. Yes, the ceremony had some danger, however, it was well within my abilities. I made no error. This is how it happened. Okay, you're gonna show me how it happened now? Well, let's watch it. So both of these are verified now, so now they kind of match up. Gideon, can you go ahead and play?
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet to be spectacular, so I suggested maximizing its aether amplification. To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber. Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Okay, so we need to make these more specific. I do want to ask you about, here, when you said maintain control.
The aether output was dangerously high, but I had the chamber under control.
But you never mentioned that your brother came to stop you. I have no idea what you mean or what it has to do with me. Okay. Alright, I guess you're fine with that then. Let me accuse you. It was an accident. I am faultless. Exorcist, I swear it. You had the opportunity. When could I have harmed Mother Miriam? When you, adjusted the coronet. You could have done it then. You were the last person to handle the coronet. If the coronet was damaged during the events of this morning, it must have been while you were adjusting its output. Okay, so I guess that's done. You had the means to do it. Present physical evidence. By what means are you claiming that I killed her? By removing the limiter. While you were adjusting the coronet, you removed the limiter. That's nonsense. Do you really think I would forget to replace the crown jewel of my masterpiece? Think maybe you meant to do it intentionally? By what means are you claiming that I killed her? Alright, so you didn't like that, huh? What means are... maybe you did it with a control panel? Maybe you ramped it up real high? Control panel and the shattered coronet indicate that there was a dangerous amount of aether output. Yes, I was performing something slightly dangerous, but I had it under control. Clearly not, given what happened. You could have stopped the ceremony. Because I was confident... Or you could have stopped the ceremony because I was confident I could do it safely. Something else must have gone wrong. Well, no, that seems to fit now. Pathetic excuses. You have a motive to do it, though. I loved Mother Miriam. Why would I hurt her? That is a question that I do not know. I need to present psychological evidence, but I don't have a psychological evidence on him yet. I can tell you about your brother, Reuben. Okay, I don't have anything to break him yet. Oh no, I do have something to break him. Never mind. What is you're a skeptic? So you do not believe. Oh, and you're a narcissist. Well, we knew that. It was an accident. I am faultless. Exorcist, I swear it. Can I ask you about your skepticism? Found in Gideon's sanctum, speaks and acts virtuously in public, but doesn't really believe in the one truth or the daemons. Weren't they rooted out 100 years ago? I'm a faithful member of the Abbey, but surely daemons are a thing of the past. There hasn't been a murder for 100 years, sister. Why would one happen now? I ask you about your narcissism? I'm indeed talented and proud of it. Ein Sof granted me my gifts, and I gladly use them for his glory. Alright, I'm gonna ask you, sir, well, let me look at the, I mean, it sounds like maybe Lucifer the Proud, the Prince of Daemons, the eternal adversary of Ein Sof, manifests in the ambitious and the strong-willed. Compelled to consume stranger and filthier things. Stokes the simmering rage. Preys upon the fervent and the righteous. Slowly drives the host mad with whispers of her own inadequacy. You don't seem like you have whispers of inadequacy. Maybe it's Lucifer on you, sir. Alright, I want to accuse you. I want to drop the motive. You did it because you're a skeptic and you don't really believe and you want to blow people's heads up. Your faith is weak, Gideon. Indeed, you question the teachings of the church. You killed Mother Miriam because you have utter disdain for our faith. What nonsense! My skepticism merely serves to fuel my creativity. One must be open to all possibilities to create the truly original works. Besides, this does not explain why I would wish to kill Mother Miriam in particular. What about your narcissism? You are a self-absorbed man. Everything you do feeds into your pride. To you, Mother Miriam was a mere prop for your masterpiece. You carelessly caused her death in pursuit of artistic glory. How dare you? I took the utmost care in everything I did for Mother Miriam. The coronet was designed to be worn by her. Without her, it will forever remain imperfect. I would never risk anything that could harm my work or Mother Miriam. Alright, well, so I don't have the motive for you just yet. If it was you, and I'm not convinced it is you. So, just coronet, maintain control. But I had the chamber under control, he says. Let's contradict. You did not have it under control? Because her head blew up? Okay, that's not right. You didn't have it under control because the limiter wasn't there? You didn't have it under control because the door was open? Alright. That was just me pressing garbage. You adjusted the coronet.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Didn't we already, contradict the fact that the coronet limiter was not there? Alright, so I don't know what I'm doing right here. Can't contradict him on either of these things, I don't think. Let's leave. Let's go back to Reuben. Oh, excuse me. You're done? That's where we wanted to get? Excellent. I've gone through the fundamental steps of investigating a murder. However, there is much yet to discover about this incident. I should continue to find more information, contradict the suspects with them, and try to accuse a suspect. No one will tell me when I am ready to accuse. That is entirely up to my discretion. However, there are no consequences for a failed accusation. Each failure will help me bring me closer to the truth of the incident. Can I ask you, Virgil? Gideon claims the incident was an accident, but Reuben claims it is Gideon's fault. Are either of them telling the truth? Perhaps there is another possibility. Okay, yeah, who is this guy? Friggin' Augustine. I didn't ask you about him. I don't think I asked you about him. Father Augustine is a scholar of daemons and etheric technologies. He's made truly remarkable discoveries in his theoretical works. Let me ask you about yourself. My name is Reuben. I'm responsible for the engineering and design of the implants. I'm the one who keeps things together here, or tried to anyway. I hope this was just an accident. Gideon is my delusional younger brother, who seems to believe fame equates to talent. I'm ashamed by his recklessness today, and furious that Mother Miriam would pay the price for it. Mother Miriam was our primary benefactor. Without her patronage, we wouldn't even have this workshop. I loved her. If only she hadn't trusted Gideon and his boasting, maybe she'd still be alive. Can I ask you about your, the fact that you're a stout or a strong believer? Cybernetics empowers us in the eyes of the one true God, Ein Sof. I'm honored to be of service. Do you know your brother is not a believer? My brother never understood the importance of our work or our faith. He acts the part of the zealot, but he only cares about the here and now. Do you know that he's also a big narcissist? Reuben is a vapid idiot who only cares about glory. Now his arrogance has gotten someone killed. Alright, I think I've asked you all these things. And I've asked you about all the people. Just the coronet. Let's go back.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
You went back to your tasks. Here he's adjusting the coronet, so he should be over here. That's fine. Then he comes back. Puts the coronet on. Closes the door. Okay, hold on. The door closed once. We have information here where Gideon says, I thought I heard the chamber open. Well, the chamber couldn't open by itself. So I'd like to contradict you, please. If you were returned to work, how could the door have opened? Gideon thought he heard something during his prayer? That doesn't mean anything. He could have imagined it. Well, that didn't help, did it? Alright, can I contradict you and say he's talking about the ceremony? Apologies, Sister Ada. I do not follow your logic. Yeah, I don't follow the logic either.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
Alright, I feel kind of stuck, to be honest with you. Can I...
Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Let's go back here. Let's...
Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous. They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet. Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
Was your tasks, Let me go back to here, though. Can I contradict you with the door controls? There you go. So, couldn't have imagined it. You test my patience, Reuben. Has your memory slipped once more? The door records show that the consecration chamber was opened twice today. Given that Gideon was praying during this time, only you could have opened the chamber. It's true that I opened the chamber again just before the ceremony started. Why did you lie to me, Reuben? But I had my reasons. Something about the chamber seemed unseemly. Given what happened to Mother Miriam, I feel vindicated in my fears. Tell me what you did in the chamber. Alright. So let's return to work. That's unverified. Let's just play through. This is unverified, this is unverified, this is unverified. Let's walk through.
They decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the consecration chamber, while Gideon brought the coronet. Since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
You went back to your tasks, but you couldn't shake the feeling something was wrong. You didn't say that part yet. Okay, now you go to check the chamber.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order. Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
Seems you have something in your hand, sir?
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
And then the head exploded. Okay, so can I ask you about some things?
And since Gideon was going to handle everything,
What were you working on? You were storing this spear. It's a magnificent relic. I know I can click on you. I think Abbot Gregory will be pleased.
so I opened the consecration chamber to...
What were you checking? To perform the consecration ceremony safely, precision is critical. I wanted to make sure that the coronet was placed correctly on Mother Miriam. You didn't believe your brother? Can I contradict you? Can I contradict you with the fact that he's a narcissist and he would get it right? No. Can't do that. Then you return to work.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
Everything was not fine. Because if you really went to check on it, you would have seen that the limiter was gone. So I would like to contradict you, sir. Apologies, I don't follow... Well, let's try again. Maybe that's under check
So I
chamber.
opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order.
It wasn't in working order because the limiter wasn't there. You didn't get it. Okay. Alright, I'm just trying.
Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
But everything wasn't fine. Look, everything wasn't fine, you jerk. Okay, let's see. Let's ask you about your thing in your head. Evidence discovered envy. Achievement unlocked, two brothers interrogator. Now can I accuse him? You had the opportunity. When could I have done any of this? You could have removed the limiter when you went to check the chamber. During the prayer, you claimed to have opened the chamber to check the materials. This was when you sabotaged the ceremony. And you had the motive. Mother Miriam was our patron. Why would I want to harm her? Because you're envious of your brother and you wanted to take him down a peg. You wanted to blame your brother. Put the blame on your brother so you could be the best brother there is. Mother Miriam's death was merely a means to an end. Humiliation of Gideon. You envy your brother's success. You want his fame, his glory. So I can accuse you. That's a thing I can do. But I wonder, is there a truth? Or you, because if I leave, you said that's not what you said before, dude. Chamber and the ceremony seem to be the crux of this incident. We should pay close attention to who opened the chamber and when. Yes, I know, but you also said there could either brother did it or there could be a third option. So I wonder if can I make this stick no matter which way I want to go? Like if I want to accuse Gideon, can I make that work? So
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
I mean, I guess this is not really a contradiction, but I could contradict you about this. Nah. So maybe there's not a way to accuse him. I kind of feel like there might be a way to present a motive, but I don't know his motive. Alright, let's accuse this brother, because we can.
Ein Sof sees all, Reuben. You killed Mother Miriam to frame Gideon and take him down a peg. With Gideon gone, a daemon whispered that people would finally recognize you for your genius.
I am older than Gideon. My work is better than Gideon, and more important.
Sounds like you're agreeing with my assumption.
But no one sees my work. No one understands my work.
Confess, Reuben. Tell us what the daemon made you do.
Okay, he's got a... this is not a pentagram, but this is a star inside his head.
Demonic corruption runs deep within Reuben's soul. Yet Reuben may still be saved. I must speak the daemon's true name. Then the daemon will be cast out. Ein Sof, guide me.
I just want to go
What
back.
daemon has possessed Reuben?
I didn't want to skip here just yet. Go back, please. Undo. I can't undo. Okay, well, I think it was Lotan the Envious. Or Sathanas the Vengeful. No, it was the Envious.
Out, Lotan! Leave this soul and return whence you came!
Magnificently done, Madam Exorcist.
The power of Ein Sof compels you, Lotan. Leave this soul and return to the ether!
Thousands of years, and you humans never change. Never satisfied, always comparing, wanting more. Someone else is always richer, prettier, wiser, better. Nothing can ever fill that void within you. Not even me.
Silence, Lotan. Reuben may yet be redeemed. You are a scourge. Without your influence, a good woman would still be alive. Leave humans be, Lotan. I banish you to the ether!
As you wish, but I'll return soon enough. My prince and master Lucifer walks among you. Lucifer will open the gates of hell, and at last, humanity will remember its full potential. Until then, Madam Exorcist, adieu.
Come forth, Reuben. What remains of you?
Thank.
I should have watched his timeline before I did that, but I didn't realize I was going to get locked in. I didn't know what I was doing when I clicked on his head.
He's silent and still. Poor soul. Rest, Reuben. Heal, if you can.
Sister Ada, you've returned. Was there a demon at work after all?
Yep, sure was.
I'm afraid so. The exorcism was a success. Reuben's soul has been purged. Unfortunately, the daemon was difficult to cleanse. Reuben is returned to pure innocence.
Are you saying that his brain has been wiped? That, like, he's had some kind of neurological damage?
What? The exorcism shattered his mind? Can you bring him back?
Nope.
It's out of my hands. If Ein Sof wills it, maybe Reuben will heal.
Guards, please escort this shell to the cryostasis cellar. I pray for his swift recovery. Abbot Gregory!
Praise be to Ein Sof, Sister Ada. You have saved us all. On behalf of everyone at St. Walpurgis, I express our utmost gratitude.
Thank you, Abbot.
We are not yet safe. We must act quickly until we locate the source of the demonic influence. We don't understand yet why demons would act after 100 years. Holy Father, we must quarantine the abbey and the surrounding town immediately.
Are we going to talk about quarantine in the year 2020?
Detain and interrogate anyone who seems suspicious.
We can try, Sister Ada, but it will be difficult, as we have visitors arriving hourly. Much like yourself, pilgrims from afar are here to celebrate Walpurgisnacht. It's such a shame Mother Miriam couldn't bear witness to it.
I don't know what Walpurgisnacht is. I know Nacht is German for night, so it's like Walpurga's night, and this is Walpurga Abbey. So there's something. Who is Walpurga?
Ah, yes, the priestess. We must destroy her body immediately.
Destroy her body?
Traces of demonic influence may remain from her contact with Reuben.
No, Sister Ada, thank you for your concern, but we absolutely cannot. Mother Miriam was a prominent figure and well-loved, with decades of service. We must treat her body with dignity and give her a proper burial.
That seems like a fair point. I agree, Abbot.
Send Mother Miriam's body to the mortuary for embalming.
Your Excellency, we really ought to take the advice of the exorcist.
Mother Miriam's body has been desecrated enough, Virgil. Send her to the mortuary, now.
As you command, Your Excellency.
Holy Father, you are making a grave mistake.
Sister Ada, don't worry yourself. All will be well. St. Walpurga's triumph over Lucifer has brought us a century of peace and bliss. It's horrifying that a demon was exorcised from our abbey, but surely it was the final remnant.
See, there's like... They'd made such a point at the beginning of this game to call them daemons. Daemons, and now they're saying demons. I think that's just a... I think that was a mistake they made in voice acting, where they say demons when it should be daemons. Or maybe it's just my ears.
The daemon within Reuben spoke of Lucifer's return.
You said it right that time.
Lucifer's ways are insidious. Even the most devout among us have temptations.
It's a shame Brother Reuben fell to the demon.
You said demon, I heard it.
But the rest of my flock is stronger. Faith shall be their shield. Now, please excuse me. This evening's mass requires my attention. We are honored by your presence, Sister Ada. Praise be to Ein Sof.
Even the Holy Father can be foolish, then. Ein Sof. Let it not be true that Lucifer walks. But if it is, Ein Sof, guide me, that I may unmask all lies, no matter how painful.
Good. Well, excuse you, music. The daemon's final words haunted me. Lucifer was already among us. I wanted to destroy Mother Miriam's body to purge any traces of demonic influence. Abbot Gregory did not heed my words. Mother Miriam was to be given a proper burial. That afternoon, Inquisitor Virgil sent for me, asking urgently to meet him at the graveyard. Are you planning on taking Miriam's body? St. Walpurga's Abbey.
Praise Ein Sof. Thank you for coming to our aid so quickly, Sister Ada.
What is it, Virgil?
You said it was urgent. Has something happened to Mother Miriam's body?
No, in some ways. That would have been easier. There is now a second untimely death.
Let me guess, it's Abbot what's-his-face.
Another murder. On the very same day. This can't be a coincidence.
That isn't for me to say, but this time, the victim is a younger acolyte named Isaac.
I was wrong.
His remains were found in the grave that was dug for Mother Miriam.
In the grave?
Poor kid's throat was slit.
Gruesome. Who was at the graveyard when the body was found?
Only 3 people were present this afternoon. A scholar, an embalmer, and a grave tender. Father Augustine is a scholar, visiting for Mother Miriam's funeral. The victim was his apprentice.
We heard about Augustine.
Sister Nerissa, an embalmer with a sterling reputation, preparing Mother Miriam's body for burial. Finally, Abraham, the grave tender, a layman who has kept the grounds of the abbey for many years. None of them say they were near the grave until after the body was discovered.
Which means someone is lying. No matter. Ein Sof sees all. We will unmask their lies and bring the truth forward. I swear it.
Alright, we're saving here. Alright, well, I think this is a good time to end the episode since we just solved the last murder. And I don't know, maybe we didn't solve it. Maybe it could have gone either way. Maybe we could have unlocked enough things to prove that the other brother did it. Maybe there's no real right or wrong. It's just whatever evidence we come to, we can solve it anyway. Perhaps. I don't know. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again next time.